Today's episode is going to be discussing how we plan to handle baby leave, maternity, paternity leave as business owners. But first, new listeners, if you enjoy this episode, go back, listen to a few more. And if you're still listening, drop a quick 5-star review, tag us on social media, sharing the episode, leave us a lengthy review if you want. Returning listeners, same deal. If you have not yet left a review, what are you doing? 5 stars, share it on social media. Drop a quick blurb. I'll try to figure out my talking for today. But let's dive in.
So this question has been asked a few times from you guys. Just curious how we handle this and navigate this as people who work for themselves. I think we're in a kind of unique situation because we are both working for both businesses ourselves. It's not like it's just me running a coaching business and you kind of have a normal job. Like, we're both home. So what does that look like? How are we planning on navigating it this second time around? This whole month, P.S. Happy Baby Month.
Happy baby month, hopefully.
So, today is August 1st. It will be this month.
You keep saying that. It'll be the middle of September.
I just had a contraction in our last episode, and I made a funny face on the camera. So if you watched that on YouTube, that's what was happening. But for this whole month, at least one of our 2 episodes per week will be something about navigating newborn life, baby stuff, parenting. So we're sprinkling those in honor of it being baby month. But yeah, maternity, paternity leave. Let's first go back to round 1 of when we had Kai almost 4.5 years ago. What did that look like? How did we navigate that? Where were we at in our business? Let's dive into that.
We were still the only coaches on our team, or I won't say only coaches. We were still coaches on our team. We kind of handle that like we handle vacations. It doesn't really exist. All we were able to do is push the work back a little bit. And I believe at that point it was actually unpaid. So it wasn't just, hey, we'll get back to you in a week. It was, hey, we're going to stop your payments for a couple weeks.
Did we stop payments?
I believe there was one period where we did, and I believe this was the period because I can't think of any other period where we would not have. Unless it was either this or the honeymoon. I believe it was this one, though. So payments got paused. They had to wait. They kept checking in, but they didn't get any responses for 2 weeks. And then it was
not that long. I can tell you that right now.
Was it a week?
So you might be not remembering newborn life accurately due to being sleep deprived. But basically, I remember we had Kai on a Saturday, and I had a C-section. And basically, I remember checking messages from our clients maybe 5 or 6 days afterwards. And how our business works is with our clients, we do weekly check-ins. So our clients are paying us for a service. And, since it was just Josh and I, we had to show up for that service. We had people paying us, and there was no one else we could pass it off to. We kind of told them, like, hey, obviously we are having a baby, and depending on when this happens, this might be something that, we have to take a couple days off, or, we'll catch up to you guys after the week or so. So we kind of said, if it's an emergency or if there's something you really need us for, not that there would be anything emergent about coaching, but if there's something you really need us for, then you can message us or email us. I think it was email at the time. And, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And then I remember I was back to answering check-ins within the week, maybe week and a half after having the C-section. So we're new parents. We are focusing on obviously adjusting to newborn life, and dove right back into work within a week and a half of having a new baby. So
speaking of that new baby,
Kai is joining us. He just woke up from his nap. Welcome to parenting and running a business. But basically we had no external support in our business. It was just Josh and me and our clients, and that was really it. I don't even think we had what was then the Mindful Movement Collective yet, did we?
I don't believe so.
So it was literally just one-on-one coaching. And these days, this time around, it's going to look much different because we have a whole team behind us now. We have 3 coaches in our SD Evolution business. We have, Greg, who does our website. And then with Fit Coach Pro, we have both Joelle and Greg who co-own that with us. So there's nothing in our business that is just dependent on us except for our app, the SDE Method app, which is something that I, on my end, have programmed out through October to kind of take a little bit of that load off.
I'm hungry.
Kai's hungry, everybody.
Wait a minute.
And, really just have been focusing on automating and scheduling as many tasks as I possibly could have scheduled up until now so that our load is a little bit lighter. We don't have any clients ourselves anymore. We haven't taken clients since 2021, I think.
Yep.
So in 2 years, everything goes through our coaches, and our coaches are amazing. They have, I'm confident that they could run the business themselves without us for a good chunk of time. So it's going to be an entirely different experience for us.
It's different when you're on the managerial level, when you're overseeing everything and handling back-end processes, because back-end processes can be done at all hours of the night, day, night, whatever you got to make work. You can batch work a lot of things in regards to content. And it wasn't something where there was, I think we used this analogy and had a nice little bantering back and forth, but you do the laundry and 10 minutes later, there's another pile of laundry. So there is always something to do when you are on the front lines. The work doesn't stop. It just keeps coming in. It continues to flow. And from the managerial side of things, when you're running the show, there are things you have to do every day. You have to do every week. You have to do every month. But there's a little more flexibility in regards to when those things get done, at what time those things get done. There's nobody waiting on your immediate response there. So that is probably the biggest stress reliever this time around. People are not, waiting for that reply. They're not waiting for that back and forth. And, when there's another one and you're late on the next one, it's just something where we can have a task list and we can make sure we tackle that task list in an orderly manner. It's still going to be efficient, but it will be on our time.
Yeah, everything from our onboarding process to even having our portal system, Fit Coach Pro, set up. Like, we were just using email and Google Sheets before with our clients. So, just streamlining so many different aspects of our business, I think really is just the biggest key. Even from our email list, having those automated and scheduled to some social media stuff. So obviously I'll be scheduling the SD Evolution page stuff a little bit, but my side of things, like showing up on social media for my personal page, which still is where we get a lot of our clients. That's something I really enjoy, and I would really enjoy showing up throughout the newborn phase at that point. So just scheduling all of these things that can essentially be scheduled. But it's not even that. You said this the other day. It's not that we're working less really right now. It's just more flexible. So it's less having to show up for clients directly, and it allows us to continue growing the business because we have this team, and it allows us to continue showing up for those clients in the best possible way, which was really kind of a scary thought and idea and transition for us as coaches. I remember we held off for so long with hiring out other coaches because it was scary. It was scary to think about someone else taking over certain aspects of your business our business is our first baby, right? So just the thought of...
Cal was our first baby.
Cal was our first baby. Our business was our second baby. But just the thought of hiring out, we held off for so long because it's just a scary thing to do, to hand those reins over to someone else. But it's been the best thing because it's allowed us to grow. It's allowed us to show up better for our clients and for our people. And it's allowed Josh and I to really just focus on the things that we are both individually really good at and enjoy more in the business, which is on this other side of managing our team and managing all the different aspects of marketing, and I don't even know what else to call the rest of the things that you do, but back end work, we'll say.
Behind the curtain.
So really just leaning into our specialties, our things that make us thrive and that therefore help the business to thrive even more. So I'm feeling really confident and excited about this quote unquote maternity leave. I'll probably step back a little bit more than I did with Kai.
I'm going to have you back to work after you get home from the hospital. You get your shower, and then it's right back in action.
But just knowing I get to just enjoy that a little bit more this time has been really relieving. And, you know, obviously it will be another big transition, but it's something that we're very go with the flow people, I think, when it comes to parenting and just in general. And I'm excited to see how we navigate this next transition too.
Okay. Are you okay? Jeez Louise. All right. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. I just wanted to kind of answer the common frequently asked question about how we're navigating it and what it's going to look like. There's no set timeline as far as when we're returning to work, but
I think the work continues to flow, but again, it's going to be
flows.
on our time. There'll be a couple days off, obviously, entirely, but even that will probably include some content, just sharing the journey. So I guess that's not really a day off.
All right.